you, Eric. And now a franchise in crisis. An ESPN analyst says Urban Meyer's time in Jacksonville was arguably the worst failure of leadership in NFL history. Now the fallout of his firing is raising many questions, including how much money the team will still have to pay Meyer. There's also some frustration among fans with owner Shad Khan. News4Jax is following several updates on Meyer's firing. We begin with reporter Scott Johnson, who's been checking in with a sports lawyer and the host at 1010XL Sports Radio, and he's joining us live on the South Side. Scott.
So, Mary, here for months, callers have been flooding the lines here at 1010XL. Complaints over Urban Meyer and that video in the bar. Issues with players, and now most recently the allegations that he kicked former kicker Josh Lambo in the legs after he had missed some kicks. Today, we learn he's fired. Shad Khan's latest blunder has been the talk today on XL Primetime. Do you think Shad Khan is embarrassed among other owners?
He should be. He brought this on himself. General managers, coaches, records, the splash that was supposed to be Urban Meyer's, that blew up in his face.
Is every fan going to be questioning Shad Khan going forward, do you think?
I think they can't help it. They've placed their faith in this franchise a lot of different ways with a lot of different dollars, season after season after season.
The hosts say that fans have a lot of reasons to be out of patience with the team's owner, particularly after he bet millions on Urban Meyer being the team's future. It didn't even last a whole season.
I almost feel bad for Shad in one aspect. The fact that he hired Urban Meyer, he made the splash that everybody wanted.
Now there's questions of how this separation went down. Sky 4 flew over Meyer's home today and found no visible activity. I talked to sports and entertainment lawyer John Phillips.
You not only have the league that could be involved, you could have the Players Association. And the Players Association and the league would somewhat team up in this incident and say, hey, this is a situation. Ultimately, though, what happens is between the owners and the coach.
Phillips says you can bet the team will be forced to pay Meyer millions. The question is whether they can pay less because of Meyer's off-field headlines. Look at Khan's statement, and you can infer something. It starts after deliberations over many weeks, meaning before the news yesterday about a run-in with Josh Lambo became public.
The question is, what has the Jaguars legal done to document it? I'm sure they have. The fact that Jaguars legal released a statement on Josh Lambo tells you they've been aware that there's been problems. Shad Khan's own statement says he was hoping, kind of things would go back to normal.
Now, one thing to remember, we may never know how much the Jaguars inevitably pay Urban Meyer because this is a private contract between two parties. It will not be released publicly unless they decide to. We're live on the South Side. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
So, Scott, you've covered this issue of Meyer's contract since he was hired. One thing that you've brought up in the past with the possibility that Meyer has a morals clause, that would appear to be a possible out for the Jaguars to get out of the contract. Did Phillips bring that up?
Oh, yeah, Mary. So it's very possible, probably likely he has one. Morals clauses are very, in high-profile contracts, they're common. So, like, if you do something that draws negative attention to the organization or if you do some sort of moral failure, they can just terminate the contract. But this is important. Shad Khan wanted Urban Meyer so badly because he was such a high-profile hire. Meyer had a lot of leverage in negotiation, and it's feasible he asked them to get rid of the morals clause. We may never know that answer, but that's one thing Phillips is telling me. Back to you.
All right, Scott Johnson reporting to us live. Thank you, Scott.